My job is hopefully very easy, just to have to welcome you back and maybe drawing on some of the comments that Tomás McFadyen made yesterday. I suppose, want to give you a little bit more of the landscape, and it will help, I suppose, in setting the scene for our key speaker this morning, Minister Ciarán Cannon, who has very kindly joined us again at an Adult Literacy Forum, and I think it's a testimony to his commitment that he has been so dedicated in coming to the forum and talking directly to literacy organisers and listening. And I suppose one of the big things that's happening at the moment in this wide reform agenda that Tomás referred to is the Solas Bill has been published. And I suppose you might say at the moment there's not a huge amount of detail in it, because I don't think we get legislation usually with too much detail. I think detail sometimes can cause a lot of problems in legislation. Having said that, I suppose from the NALA perspective, we see this as a great opportunity, perhaps an opportunity that won't come again in even my career or your careers, to actually see, can we enshrine a commitment to adult literacy in that piece of legislation. So just for you all to know that the legislation is there, it's very worthwhile for you to look at it. We'll be sending information out to everybody so they can see it. And I understand there's a very healthy consultation process where it'll be going through the Dáil and debated, and anybody who wants to get involved in that can follow that debate going forward. From the NALA perspective then, just to be very clear, what we're looking for is a specific reference to an adult literacy and numeracy strategy. So we really think there's a strong case for the kind of dedicated mentioning of adult literacy, and we've impressed upon that on the Minister this morning, so we very much will be fighting for that going forward. And for those of us who've been involved, as I say, in adult literacy for a long time, it really is a big, big opportunity, perhaps, as I say, the last opportunity we may have in our own careers to really see something enshrined in legislation going forward. So a really exciting time, but also I think a very challenging time, and I know for you all there's a lot of change going on and a lot of uncertainty. Sometimes it helps, I think, to know that that's actually something that's pretty much widespread, not just in terms of adult literacy or in the VCs or indeed in FÁS, but actually across many occupations in the public sector. So we're not alone. It's just a time of change, I think, in Ireland Inc. And maybe to take some of the words that Jay Derrick said yesterday, let's not waste a crisis. Let's get out of it what we can whilst a lot of change is going on. So I took heart from that. Now, we have a number of speakers who, a lot of whom are familiar to you. So the first speaker will be Ciarán Cannon. The Minister will come and he will address us, and then he'll have to leave because we've already taken up a good bit of his time this morning. He will be followed by Janet Looney, who is an international consultant working in the whole area of assessment and evaluation, and she is going to share with us her wisdom. She will be followed then by Kieran Harrington, Pat Ayton and Francis Ward, talking from the adult literacy organiser perspective and what happens around initial assessment in their sites. Then we will have Mary Kett, who's very familiar to you all, who's going to talk a little bit about the adult literacy review. We'll have a small break, and then we go back into the kind of the work programme that you were engaged in yesterday with Liz McSkeen. Feedback from the workshops, very brief, I'm sure. Siobhan will be doing that. And we'll have a questions and answers panel where a lot of the speakers will be coming up. So if you have questions or issues or comments, try and hold on to them so that we have a really good debate when we have a bit of time at the panel.